Discipline. Is it actually important? Well, let me ask you a question. What would you imagine life looks like for a man who spends 100% of his time obsessing over instant joys that don't directly improve his life? If he spent his time watching porn or eating shit food, would you say he's truly satisfied? Or is he just faking it and pretending that he's happy? Well, maybe. But on the contrary, how would life look like for a man who stays disciplined and only focuses on himself and takes priority in doing things that aren't necessarily easy but provide him with real value and purpose in the long run? Would this man have regrets? Would he be unfulfilled? I mean, this man spends his time prioritizing his mental and physical health by running his six-figure business, learning to fight, meditating and journaling. So he works very efficiently and is very confident in the direction he is taking. But how did he become so disciplined? You see, the old Myron had no discipline and quite frankly was an absolute mess. And when I say old Myron, I'm talking about 21-year-old university Myron. I relied on getting fucked up and partying to have a good time, and I kept neglecting doing the difficult things because of the very fact that they were difficult. Every single path I chose was the easy one. Instead of cooking, I'd buy a takeaway. Instead of exercising, I'd play my Xbox. Instead of doing uni work, I'd spend hours scrolling through my phone. I relied solely on doing the easy things to supply my happiness. And what did it lead to? It led to a miserable, depressed young man with his whole life ahead of him, who was truly unsatisfied with existing every single day. I literally had no excitement for what the future held. It even got to a point where I was taking medication to control my anxiety, and yeah, it was a pretty confusing time, to be honest with you, mate. Eventually, when I graduated and moved back home with my parents, I knew I had to change, and actually I wanted to, and I'm very grateful for that. So day by day, I very slowly started to develop useful habits to influence me positively. I started to take boxing and meditating and eating the right foods and working towards a career that fulfilled me more seriously. I also began cutting down on the habits that were f***ing me up, and I made a conscious effort to avoid things like playing my Xbox and drinking alcohol and watching porn. Of course, it was impossible to do everything at once, and it will always be a work in progress, but I feel like I am in such a better position than I am now, and I just honestly have excitement for the future now. And that is why I want to share with you what I have learned about how to increase discipline, because honestly, mate, it's just not as hard as you may think. I mean, yes, it requires dedication, but it's certainly not complicated. And just like anything in life, I'm sure if you want it enough, you'll easily be able to manage it. Trust me, if a scruffy haired moron like me can manage it, I'm sure you'll be just fine. The truth is, bro, the majority of people have a lack of discipline, and actually the very fact that you have already watched this far into the video confirms that you live a completely similar lifestyle to what these other guys live. You don't eat the right foods frequently enough, you probably exercise, but nowhere near as much as you know that you should, and you procrastinate like you're a pro. Not only this, but you spend most of your time watching Netflix or playing Xbox or scrolling through your phone, and whilst you receive a lot of short-term comfort from these things, deep down they do make you feel like you're not making the most out of your life, don't they? And they do make you feel like you're not achieving your potential. You might not even be aware of this, but this is the kind of lifestyle that is completely affecting your discipline. And it is the core reason for why you don't fully believe in yourself and wake up feeling negative. And the longer you spend doing nothing to fix it, the worse and worse you're going to feel. So how exactly do you do it? Well, first of all, man, you need to establish exactly what it is that you want to become more disciplined in. And for the purpose of this video, I'm going to suggest that you make it your focus to become more disciplined at doing the things that make you feel as mentally positive as possible. As after all, this is a self-improvement channel where we understand that improving ourselves is literally the key to fulfillment. And once you possess a fully upgraded positive mindset, you will be 50% more effective in all areas of your life, at least. And what I'm going to suggest is that you create a habit tracker, and you can write this on a piece of paper, or you can use it on the PC, or you can download an app for your phone. But my suggestion would definitely be to write it on a piece of paper, because not only is it more satisfying to be able to use an actual pen and tick off your completed habits, but you also won't be able to escape from seeing the tracker every day, as you're gonna tape it up on the wall like this. This way, you're gonna have to face the guilt of seeing empty squares from the habits you haven't completed every single time you walk past it, which is great, because this is what's gonna hold you accountable and motivate you to stay consistent with it, bro. Not only this, but it is actually quite fun when you start to see your streaks, because this is when you know that you're making progress, and you'll be less likely to throw all of that progress out of the window. As you can see, these are the habits that I have been following for the past few weeks, and I feel pretty great about it, to be honest, and I know that I'm making a lot of progress. So if I were you, I would actually just straight up copy this habit tracker and then just add or remove things to suit your lifestyle as you go along. To see another way how I have improved my mindset, click on this video right here, or click on the link in the description below. Believe you can, and you're more than halfway there.